February marks the beginning of a new year, a time to set new aspirations for the next 12 months. Maybe you're growing a YouTube channel, starting a business, or pursuing a creative endeavor. Right now, you're ready to go full steam ahead, but you're doubting yourself. Maybe because, like most people, you haven't been able to stick to the resolutions you set for yourself in the past. Well, this video is intended to make sure this time is different. A weekly reset can be the difference between your channel blowing up, your business reaching record sales, and your creative potential being realized, or your dreams staying just that, words on a piece of paper. For me, a weekly reset is crucial to achieving my goals because it's my best shot at preventing burnout. Accomplishing my goals will take an immense amount of physical, mental, and creative energy. But the sad truth is that I will run out of all that new year, new me steam in just a few weeks, unless I implement a reset routine, one designed to restore and replenish that energy every week, so that I'll never run out of new ideas or the mental and physical energy I need to bring them to fruition. Although everyone's routine will look different, the most powerful reset will include activities that restore our energy after a long week and prevent unnecessary stress in the coming one. The first goal of my reset is to help me get back to feeling my best. Maybe the week was stressful, I worked a lot, I'm sore from my exercises, or something upsetting happened that I'm having trouble letting go of. Whatever it is, usually by the end of the week, my tanks are running low and I need to restore them. First, I like to meditate to clear my mind. My job and YouTube require me to constantly come up with creative solutions to various problems and generate new ideas. I also consume a lot of media and information throughout the week. All this can lead to thoughts swirling around my brain so fast it's hard to think clearly. Towards the end of the week, it becomes harder to focus and I experience significant decision fatigue. So to help clear out some space, I like to make time for a long meditation and prayer session once a week. Did you know that the primary intention of yoga is to prepare the body to be still for meditation? I like to do a few of my favorite yoga moves and then ground myself in the present moment with a body scan before mentally watching my breaths. If you've never meditated before, I highly recommend a guided meditation like those offered by Headspace. It's not so much that meditation helps me clear out all my thoughts, but the practice of focusing on my breath and returning to it when I get distracted reframes my relationship with those thoughts. They're still there, but I remember that I don't have to focus on them. I can let them drift by in the background and let them go as quickly as they pop up. Next, I like to give thanks for all the blessings in my life and that I've experienced that week. From the roof over my head, the food in my belly, clothes on my back, security and protection, and the gift of being surrounded by loved ones. Just taking time to express my gratitude for all I have to be grateful for refreshes my mind and helps me focus on the positive. And for those things that are still troubling me, I ask for God's grace and guidance. Sometimes I like to do this in the form of a journaling activity because somehow writing my worries down on a piece of paper just makes them feel much smaller and more manageable. Whether it's soreness from my workout or stiffness from sitting at my desk all day, my body can feel pretty beat up by the end of the week. To relieve that tension in my body, I like to incorporate some active recovery on Sundays. From my days as a track athlete, I know that anaerobic exercise, anything high intensity, like strength training or HIIT workouts, produces lactic acid in the body, which is the cause of muscle pain after workouts. And oxygen is what helps break down that lactic acid buildup. So on Sundays, I like to incorporate light aerobic exercise, which causes you to intake more oxygen and therefore helps to speed up recovery and relieve soreness. I like walking, but swimming and cycling are also great options. Sitting down as much as I do during the week can lead to tightness in my hips, lower back, and neck. To relieve this tension before it turns into acute pain, I like to incorporate some deep stretching and glute, hip, and core activation once a week. This helps me re-elongate muscles that have tightened and activate the proper muscles to avoid strain on others. My apartment is a microcosm for entropy because if left unchecked, it drifts closer and closer to complete chaos, which is usually what happens when I run out of energy to tidy up in the second half of the week. Cleaning up my place serves two purposes in my reset. First, it refreshes my space and gives me a place to relax and think clearly. Clutter in my space space leads to clutter in my mind. Second, starting the week off with a clean slate improves my concentration and takes some load off of me since I hopefully won't have to do this again for at least a few days. Which leads me to the second goal of my reset, preventing stress for my future self later in the week. I try to find ways I can take some of the burden off of myself because I usually have the energy to do it once I've done those restorative practices. First up is meal prepping. I find choosing what to eat terribly frustrating because when I get busy, I usually ignore that I'm hungry until I'm too hungry to think straight. Having something already prepared for those inevitable moments during the week is a big help for me at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday. I recently restarted my HelloFresh subscription because dinner is my toughest meal, and HelloFresh makes it so much easier to decide what to eat and to make it since all the ingredients and exact measurements are literally delivered to my door. Executing and determining what to execute are two different beasts, and both require mental energy. When I'm trying to get stuff done during the week, I don't want to spend my time figuring out what to get done or how to prioritize it. So once a week, I like to do a brain dump of everything I need to or would like to get done in the week ahead. And based on my schedule, figure out how to split tasks up for different days. I usually overshoot these lists and things roll over to the next week, but I always have a more productive week when I do this weekly planning session. There's nothing worse than being in the middle of a hectic week and catching a glimpse of yourself in the mirror only to realize you look like who did it and ran. I like to take some time once a week for some thorough self-care and self-maintenance. I give my body, hair, and face a deep clean so that I'm starting the week off fresh. When I get tired, these extra bits of care tend to be the first to go. But starting the week off with this routine gives me a reminder of how much better doing it makes me feel. One of my goals this year is to stick to doing each of these habits once a week, even if they aren't all on a Sunday. But all of them in combination definitely restore my energy and set me up for a great week ahead. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, you might be interested in this productive morning routine video, so I'll leave that here if you'd like to check it out. I'll see you next week, and in the meantime, remember to spend time creating. Bye.